Hi, I'm Joyce Danger. Thanks for joining me today. I wanted to share a little bit about just a little story and then a little bit about our resources and the resources that we have available to us both internally and externally. First I want to start with a little story that Rena Tarbett had shared a number of years ago, and it just kind of always stuck with me. And she talks about the construction workers taking their lunch to work, and you know how you always see the little lunch box, and my dad always carried a little lunch box to work, and so the story maybe is why it stuck with me. But the construction, it goes like this: the construction workers, he's sitting there every day, eating his peanut butter and jelly sandwich and complaining about his peanut butter and jelly sandwich to his coworkers. And the other guy said, well, tell your wife to make you something different. And finally, the guy says, well, I make my own lunch. And you wonder, like, why would he not make something different? And a lot of times that's kind of how our lives go, is that we are the ones who are making our own lunch, and yet we choose the same thing again and again and again, and then complain about it because it's not really what we wanted. So it's the beginning of a new year, and a lot of us just got back from leadership, and despite the pictures on Facebook, you may have thought all we did was eat while we were down there, but we did do other things. We went to classes, and I visited with the people at InTouch, and I found a lot of things that are available to us that I didn't even realize were there, and so I thought maybe you guys might not know about them either, so I wanted to share some of that today too, some of the resources that we have available. But first, I wanted to start with, and I don't know if you ever get overwhelmed, but I do struggle with overwhelm, and so one of the things that I found helpful is that I use whether you use the resources of something like a little notebook that fits in your purse, or so one of my Christmas presents is a little iPad mini that also fits in my purse, but I make a splatter list, and so I start with categories, and so my splatter list looks kind of like this, if you can kind of see that, but I do categories, because if I splatter it all on the page and it's all mushed up together, it's like a big pile of spaghetti, and then I don't know where to start, and then I really don't start. So my categories are things, and you can choose your own categories, but basically things I need to do for my home, things that I need to do for my family, things to do for my business, but even that I split it up. So right now I'm working on like tax kind of stuff, so that's one column. Things I need to do with like connections, people I need to connect with for various reasons. Things to do with my office, things having to do with paper, things having to do with, and then things from that list. And this list might be things that I'm going to do at some point in this week, this month, whatever, but doesn't necessarily all have to be done today, because that's just kind of overwhelming. But I do pick then, of all of that stuff, what do I really need to get done today, or what am I going to get done today, and then I write that in today's list. And when I use my iPad, then I can just mark off each day, and then I highlight them as I finish them, so I can feel some sense of accomplishment, even if you feel like you're kind of spinning your wheels, or if you're doing it on a piece of paper, take a highlighter and mark off as you're getting things done, so you do feel like you're getting things done. And also it helps me to see if I'm getting all the stuff done in a certain category and kind of skipping over a certain category. I might see, maybe I'm trying to avoid a certain category, so it helps me to get my focus where it needs to be. The next thing that I wanted to talk about, so now we got our head together, we're going to work on our business, but maybe we don't know, maybe the things we're not doing is we're not connecting with the people we need to connect with, and sometimes it's because we don't really know what to say. So I was asking, one of the consultants in my unit was saying it would be nice if we had like a flow chart that says, if she says this, then I should say this, and then she says this, then I should say this, and we get stuck on the what to say. So I was mentioning that to the people at the InTouch booth at the expo, and they were telling me about an app that's available on our smartphones, which I did not know about, and I've gone to this site before. It's called MK for Mary Kay, MKIT for InTouch Go, for on the go. So MKIT Go. Put it into your phone, and then on there it has the top thing in there, you put your consultant number and your password, same one as your Mary Kay InTouch one, and then there's a thing that says education is the top thing on there. So I clicked on education, and you get a screen that looks like this, and you have different things you can pick from here. So there's things like warm chattering, which is basically just what to say when you're connecting with people. And I think warm chattering, we're talking strangers, and I don't usually, I mean, I do talk to strangers from time to time, but that's not my favorite thing to do. I more like it's people you connect with just doing what you're already doing. So there's some ideas of little scripts that you can say. So if you're out and about, maybe you're dropping your child off at preschool or something like that, and you see some other mothers there, on a regular basis. So it's just some ideas of what to say, and the little dialogues are so short. It's the kind of thing you can listen to if you have just a couple minutes while you're waiting in the car. You know how you have to go to pick somebody up and you have to be there. You don't want to be late, so you don't. You might be there and have 2 minutes before it's time to go in there. So you can listen to this for a couple minutes here, a couple minutes there. So it's not the kind of thing you need a lot of time to listen to. There's ideas on booking, there's little dialogues, and these are little video clips. So little video clips on building your team, sharing the opportunity, skincare class, referrals, asking for referrals. The power class of the month is here. Follow up, all sorts of different things just right available on your phone. So it's available to us on the go. You can listen to them in those little pockets of time. You could listen to it at a stoplight. You could listen to it while you're doing your hair in the bathroom. Most of us have a lot of minutes available on our phones, or with this, you can use your Wi-Fi. So like my Wi-Fi is available in my house. I can just plug into the one that's just here. So I'm not even using up my minutes, but it's just kind of thinking about it. So it might be kind of plugging into, maybe even put I put Post-it notes on my computer, on my bathroom, if it's, that I want to kind of make it a habit of listening to something like this while I'm getting ready, or even while you're doing your workout. Maybe you do something like this, listen to one of them or a couple of them or whatever while you're just, doing your little workout thing. So anyway, the resources in your phone are incredible. The other things that are available to us is on Mary Kay In Touch. So on the On Silver Wings program they're actually redoing the Mary Kay In Touch. So some of the stuff is available today, some of it is not. They're in the process of redoing it, but there was a lot of stuff on Silver Wings that I didn't know about. So maybe there might be things that you didn't know about it. So dig around in there and see what's available. We have the pink link is available in there. The power class is available in there. I'm just going to kind of show you on my computer. So you go to Mary Kay In Touch and then just click on education, the little link, click for education, and then on Silver Wings there's a little section for new beauty consultants or independent beauty consultants. And even if you're not brand new, there's a lot of stuff in here that's new that's I thought was interesting. So overcoming objections, for example. A lot of this is about knowing your dialogues, and so if she says this, then I would say that, and it's just being able to string them together in different ways depending on what the situation is. So sometimes people say, "Oh, you're so smooth," and it's not that I'm smooth or anything like that. It's just that I've practiced these dialogues again and again and again until you get smooth. Now, you might sit down in front of your computer and do some of this stuff, but I'm not likely to sit in front of my computer and do that. I'm going to take my iPad and listen to something like this while I'm putting my makeup on or something like that. Other tools that are available for us, in fact, is on, say, something like Pinterest. So when I'm exercising, I pin makeup ideas. And then when I'm doing my makeup, so I'm working with the new colors and some of that kind of stuff, then I go to the makeup section of things that I've pinned and then practice while I'm doing my makeup with the ideas that I pinned on Pinterest that I did while I was working out. So, you kind of multitask like that. So hopefully that gives you some ideas on some of the different things that are available to you at your fingertips, but most of us aren't going to have just a solid, half hour to just really focus on education. That'd be nice, but in my next life maybe I'll have that. But right now I just need to put a little bit here and plug a little bit here and kind of work it all together. In closing, I just wanted to share a thought. It's Martin Luther King Day has been this week, and so we celebrated that on Monday. And a quote from him is to take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. And so I would encourage you to take that first step. Take the tools and resources that are available to you. Your sales director is a great tool and resource to you too, but we've got a lot of resources right at our fingertips, and whether you're tech savvy and you've got all of this stuff right at your home, or whether you're going to the library to listen to different things like that, but we have a lot of resources. So just plug into it, and of course plug into your weekly success event as well. So thanks for joining me, and have a wonderful weekend.